going and just persevere. Don't acknowledge it. Don't even look at it. Don't even look at it, because otherwise it's not going to perform
But what
right.
if you're in the middle of a? What if you're in the middle of a?
Then you
that's
know
usually
what?
when it happens.
Marcus, and we treat this as yes and you just pick up where my point was, and I feel like this is where Brian can shine, because if I'm midpoint, Brian can go like, I think what Doug was saying was,
got it,
nailed it, perfect.
Yep.
All we have
okay,
happy to
don't
do
bring
that.
any attention to it. Okay, I need to
just don't even look at it.
Okay.
Don't even look at it.
Okay,
Don't look at it.
Okay,
don't look at me.
DJ, spin that shit.
Okay.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Oh yeah, man, how you doing? You good? I know you like that. I know you like that. How long you been back, man? I see the girls in the club, they're getting wild for me. And all the pretty chicks all wanna smile at me. These rap cats, man, they all got this style from me. And if I ever see them, man, they probably bow to me. And when this beat drop, I know they gon' lean. World debut, I know they gon' fiend. Everything Mississippi to the Palm Springs. Girls from brunettes down to blonde queens. These young boys don't know what a dawn mean. I'm just a bad boy gone clean. I'm the diamond chain choker, always remain sober.
Welcome to Films in Black and White, everybody. How are you all feeling? I am so glad that we kept that shit going, because that was probably one of my favorite intros that Marcus has done. And anytime that we can make it this close to Christmas and Mariah Carey's ass doesn't show up in an intro, I am a big fan.
We haven't gotten to that point.
You have not subjected us to Mariah Carey in quite some time, so
it's true.
Pretty jacked about it. So yeah. But welcome to the show. We're going to talk a little bit about the leaked Avengers Doomsday trailer. We're also going to talk about the latest Knives Out mystery called Wake Up Dead Man.
Wake Up Dead Man.
And yes, it does feel like you have to shout it.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And
somebody send
Mason right off the rip.
No.
I mean,
no.
I don't know. Not to my phone.
Actually, I did get some. Never mind. I did just get some. So
wow.
But
before
we do intros and before we do all of the goodness that we usually do, I do want to just take a minute.
They were pretty lit too, right? I'm not. They were pretty lit, right?
You got that brotherly connection going.
Here's the thing about nudes, right? I feel like there's such an artistic way for them to be delivered that, like, there's an appreciation for them that happens. That I feel like, especially as a man, appreciating women, like, that is such an appreciation for when they take the time to, like, you know what I mean? Anyway.
Yeah.
Brian Roush, how are you doing today? Good man.
AKA Sandman Groundskeeper. Brian, how you doing?
Hello.
Have you gotten nudes lately?
Don't.
I'm not doing that.
No.
But I am happy to be here. I can tell you that much. This was a photo finish that I was actually here to start the pod with my guys. My son Liam had a cello recital, so super proud of him. Shout out to Liam. We did great. And so he just started the cello, and like I think it looks really hard, okay? And I'm in these lessons. I'm also learning cello. I'm like, I can't do that. And he's like in 3rd grade, but he's like, yeah, do, you know, like he gets it. Like, you know, just he gets it. So yeah, shout out to my son Liam for doing your first cello recital. That was
shout out Liam.
Yeah, that's where I'm coming from. That's why I'm in like a nice sweater, like not usually in my like comfort clothes.
What is it?
I'm still wearing hard pants, y'all. I'm doing the pod in hard pants.
I am also wearing hard pants right now.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie.
Guys, I went to Pizza Ranch with no socks on, just wearing Hey Dudes. So
wow.
That does feel like a form of white privilege. That does feel like white privilege. Very white privilege.
It is. It is. Actually, oftentimes, no, that's too much information.
Let it go. Just let it. Sorry, you're not freeballing in the Pizza Ranch, are you?
I mean, let's talk about Brian and playing cello. Like, Brian and the cello. So
yeah, no, it was
Brian,
great. It was a great recital. Marcus has left the chair. And
Wait,
no, it was great.
no way.
But no, that's me. That's me in a nutshell. Very excited to talk about this Ryan Johnson joint. And all the
So
people.
nobody flinched at all. It was just me.
Look, I kept going.
I don't want to either. Look, I will neither admit to
I'll
or
let it go.
deny
I'll let
that
it
was a
go.
choice
I'm
that I
sorry.
made.
I will let it go.
No, that's your response to Free Ball at the Pizza Ranch.
Free
Yep. I mean,
Why?
guys, here we are.
I mean, I hope I'm
me.
not. I'm not a Pizza Ranch doing that.
Marcus J. Dustin.
No,
No, me. Hey, we're just going to me. That's
Doug
fine.
Wagner, aka Anal Fissures. That's no joke.
Whoa, Doug.
That's no joke, bro.
So the reason
You
why
did,
this is
you got
anal
too low in the
fissures-
squat.
And no, Marcus hold on. I have been watching a lot of cable television lately because I was out on the road last week. And the week before that, and then Marcus and I watched the Coyote game, which we don't have to talk about. I would rather not. On Saturday, and we got to do something about these fucking like medical commercials because they are aggressive.
Oh yeah,
and they are like the side effects are getting so much worse. It's like, hey, heads up, this medication's for depression, but man, if your brain is bleeding, you could die. And you're like, why would my brain be bleeding? Well, maybe it's from the depression medication you took. Nobody knows. But the chief among this in the like guilty party of these commercials is, so I was in Iowa.
Okay.
I was watching Comedy Central. And hey, Marcus, do you know this person?
What?
Eddie Martinez, 1435? Hey.
I do not know Eddie Martinez. Hello, Eddie Martinez.
Hey,
what up, baby?
Welcome to the pod.
Welcome to the pod, baby.
Here's the thing. So I was watching Comedy Central, and they were doing this thing where they were playing like South Park all day, which fine.
Yeah.
But I think the target demographic for South Park has some serious erectile dysfunction issues because here's the thing.
Yeah.
This guy comes on. This is how this ad starts. I shit you not. This is how this ad starts. Stop. Don't pay too much for generic Viagra. Don't pay too much for generic Viagra. And then it's just a 30-minute commercial of this guy being like, look, man, you can go to Walgreens. Look at this, $40 a tablet for generic Viagra. I don't think so. And then they just bring up like a screenshot of somebody sharing a thing on their phone. And he's like, see, $10 a pill. There, get it from us.
First of all,
Viagra.
I do not want $10 a pill for Viagra. I feel like
that feels like so many things.
Doug, what time of day? What time of day?
Great question.
Were you seeing this programming?
Great. Yeah, answer loudly.
Day, all fucking day.
Really? You got a 30-minute Viagra, not Viagra?
I got a
10-minute.
No. And that's the thing, is it feels like 30 minutes because then they take like a short, like 2-second break to be like, pills can be expensive, so don't pay too much for over-the-counter generic Viagra. Like it's just like all over the place. Which is just too much. It's just too much. And I have so many questions.
We love our healthcare system here, and that's a joke. And just in case anybody,
Doug did make that point when we were watching the game because they had this commercial about, I think it was just for acne or something like, or remembering. Doug said it was, I want to remember my wife's name, but no, I don't want to have explosive diarrhea to remember my wife's name. Like, why is that a side effect of being able to get the pills
when
that
my
you want?
daughter's birthday is? I don't need to shit my pants every day to make sure that I can remember that.
And that's such a sad thing to like fucking think about, but also like, why is it that Viagra is like, we need more birth control commercials, right? Like, in general, to like contraception, you know what I mean? Like to equal the field out. We have a bunch of commercials about Viagra that can roam freely, but people get mad when like birth control or contraceptions get mentioned anywhere. Like, what the fuck sense does that? A $10 Viagra pill? Do you know what you get for a $10 Viagra pill? A hard dick for 5 days and a headache for 6. Like that's just not what I want. I don't want that. I don't want that problem.
I feel like it's a good time to say in most other countries, they don't have these commercials because when you go to the doctor just gives you the medication and you don't
You don't have to.
No.
It's just like, oh, this is what ails you. This is the medication you
Here
need.
you go.
And it's covered. So
yeah,
we
they want to
live in
facilitate a conversation with the doctor.
right. So we live in a special type of hellscape where we even
We live in
have
a
these
world.
commercials where it's like, hey, life getting you down. Here, take these antidepressants, but they may cause suicide. Don't worry about it. You know,
Right.
like it's just some of the antidepressants can give suicidal ideation.
Yeah,
which is
like,
nuts.
Why is that? And then some people actually actively need the medicine. And
Right.
so you have to make this conscious decision of like, ooh, do I have the means to battle the suicidal ideation? Or do I need this for my thyroid? Like, you know what I mean? Like there's so many different things in there that you
Yeah.
gotta fucking balance out. That's just ridiculous as hell.
Yes,
Yep.
and in the like WebMD generation that we're in,
Oh
like
my God.
being told to talk to your doctor about anything feels so dangerous.
Yes.
Like rather than like, well, I could either have the cold or I'm
Chlamydia.
I'm clinically depressed. I'm gonna talk to my doctor about some depression medication. Like
Yeah.
it feels so irresponsible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah,
Anyway, Doug Wagner. Oh no, we
did me. Yeah,
But
we did me.
Marcus-
That's why I'm anal fissures is because there's probably 6 different medications that cause that.
Their anal fissures hurt.
Ugh.
I've
Some
never
people-
had them, but
they hurt.
that also feels like privilege.
But hey, Marcus, how are you? How you doing?
Bro,
How
the
does it
sheriff
feel to
is
be here?
definitely back in town, boy. The sheriff is not
Howdy.
fucking around. I feel
Howdy.
good, man. I'm feel good. I'm glad to be here. Shout out to my guy Doug Wagner. I talked about it on the Papa Pod. Thanks to those that joined us on the Papa Pod yesterday. I think you can find that on Twitch. You can find that VOD on Twitch right now. We'll make it unlisted on YouTube, but we had a good time yesterday, just breaking down music, doing all that. Talked about Doug made gumbo for my birthday. He made gumbo to give a taste of home. So Sunday I spent all day at the Wagner household. From 2 to 9, 2 to 8, 2 to something like that.
You were Saturday. You were here a majority of the day.
I was there a majority of the day. That was the first time that's ever happened. Actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, so like we played Warhammer. We watched the Coyotes football game. Shout out to the Coyotes. They lost, but still shout out to the Coyotes forever and ever. We played. I got my redemption in Warhammer 40K, so we are now tied 1-1 off of the most bland and the dice were just not fucking.
They were not
hitting.
They didn't love us.
Not a lot of action, a lot of stalemate shit. Just like, but a win is a win, right? So we got that dub. Settlers of Catan, we played that too, and then so he just made gumbo. It was a great day. He got me the Christmas gifts, which are really cool Christmas gifts and stuff like that. So I put them here. I talked about them on the pop up. Oh, Doug, for reference.
Oh my
Mastodon.
God.
Yeah.
Mastodon is 3 times the size.
This is the one I bought, right? For the version that builds into the Megazord.
Wow.
This is the one Doug got. This bitch is huge.
It's like the size of a fist. That Power Rangers
really
Mastodon.
So that thing's got to sit at least, maybe I would say 2 to 3 inches higher. Than,
I would agree with that.
But yeah, and then he got me this.
Oh man, are those? Is that Goldar in there too? All 5 Rangers in Goldar.
All 5 Rangers in Goldar and a flipping head. So it's pretty good. It's a great day. It's a great day. It's a great day. So, y'all gifts are on the way. I hope, Brian. I really had a hard time picking for you this year, man. People made suggestions that I should get you a book. People close to you DM me. And was like, Brian would appreciate a book, and I was like, that's a great idea. I have no idea what fucking book I should like. I have no idea what he's read or what he hasn't read. Like, I have no fucking idea.
You're good, man. Any book.
So
there's a reason why he does the read a book segment. Like, it's literally
is it any book? Are you really that guy? So to me, I say I listen to all music. I genuinely do listen to all music, and if it's good music, I will do it. A book feels different though. That's an investment you gotta like.
I want to agree.
You know, look, anything sci-fi or like fantasy that's cool. Like that's always like my bag, but like I love a good like also like nonfiction read where it's like, hey, why does everything suck now? And I find that stuff fascinating when it comes to like tech or just like how, like even just some of those pop psychology books, like Tipping Point and stuff like that has interested me. Not that necessarily like that exact book and author, but like in that realm. So yeah, no, I mean a little bit of potpourri, a little bit of everything there. So
I like
if that helps.
It does help.
Okay.
It does help.
Brian, I got your gift from you yesterday. No, Friday, and I love it so much. I left it downstairs because I was in a rush to get up here.
It's okay.
It is. I want to hear the story behind it, so I want to hear you describe it because it's truly incredible, and I love it so much.
Okay. So, all right. So I'm gonna just, I won't leave you all too much like guessing. Also I love that it came not gift wrapped. Like I couldn't find a way to gift wrap it from the company I bought it from. Anyway, it is a tumbler. It's a glass tumbler with and etched into it is $10,000 and a burger. And if you're like, what the hell is 10K in a burger? What does that even mean? If you go back a few episodes and you look at some of our AKAs, one of the AKAs for the episodes is 10K in a burger, which references Doug as he's talking about naming HBO Max, I believe, and how
$10,000 in a burger, and I'll figure it out.
On the names, and he's like, you know what? Give me 10K in a burger, and I'll figure it out for you. And it's such
fantastic.
It is a moment that has made me laugh, and I love it for the pod. And it's a moment of the pod, and it's one of the AKAs, and I wanted it immortalized on really nice glassware because we also had a good conversation about like, hey, there's really gnarly glassware out there. For a variety that is a continuing conversation.
I want your dad to use that glassware.
You know what? I'll serve him a nice glass of water in my bourbon tumblers.
There you go. And Brian, mine for you made it this weekend, I believe. So if you got like random Amazon packages and you're like, I don't know what this is, so I'm not going to open it, that was most definitely me.
Yeah, mine is coming. Mine is coming. So
yours is coming. Okay, no, because I did get a very nice Corksicle Rebel Pilot water jug, and I don't have it with me right now because I was rushing here. Also got a bookmark with Jesus on it that says, "Is that smut?" And that's incredible. Thank you, Doug.
Brian, I saw that and I was like, Brian's always telling us about these fairies that are just fucking each other in the books he's reading. Well, so I was like,
dragons too,
and the people who fly dragons as well. So I was like, I saw that and I was like, this is hilarious.
I laughed so hard, and maybe I am. No, I'm still reading Dungeon Crawler, Carl, but I might be reading.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, there are portions of that where it feels like, is this racy? But yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you,
Doug's a really good gift giver.
Appreciate it. And Marcus, yours should be on the way too. I don't know why yours shipped later. So
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know. I looked again and I was like, no, it's not here, but I know it's coming, so it's okay. Y'all's is on the way.
It's coming
for sure.
I love it.
I do want to say before we move on, catch that quarter. I want to say, shout out John Cena. John Cena had his final match at the Saturday night main event. And there's a couple pieces in there that's really interesting. But first of all, I just want to shout out John Cena, who is actively saying that he is retiring. There is no return later to the ring. There is no coming back years later. To him, he's done for sure. And I feel like this is the first time I've heard somebody say that. Usually rappers say that they retire or wrestlers retire and they come back a little bit later. And then, they'll make a beat or whatever to come back later on down the line. But this time it seems like he meant it. And so I just want to shout out John Cena for having a fucking hell of a run and a legacy. I remember for as long as I've been alive, John Cena being a name and a household name and being that guy, whether he was a heel or whether he was a face, whether he was rapping John Cena, whatever the fuck was going on with him. John Cena's always been that guy. So I think that I just wanted to shout out in this first part, I just wanted to shout out John Cena. In the second part, I want to tell Triple H, hey brother, I don't know what the fuck you got going on, but the people was not happy about the way that John Cena went out. I think you have the guy who is never quit, never surrender. I'm always going to fight. and to have him tap out as his like, here's the part of wrestling though.
Oof.
When you retire as a wrestler, you're supposed to lose. That's the part of the retirement. And so it's an honor for another wrestler to come in and retire you. So it's not the fact that Gunther came in and John Cena lost his final match. John Cena is supposed to lose the final match, to my understanding, because wrestling, that's how you retire a wrestler, is by you get them to tap out.
Well, usually it's like a pin, or
it's a pin or something like that.
Like you get thrown through something, you know.
And whether Gunther is supposed to, Gunther's one of his signature moves is making people tap out. He chokes them out, puts them in a chokehold, makes them tap out. But I just think that is like, yes, yes, Brian, right on fucking time. And this is the moment that John Cena looked up at the lights and knew, and then 2 seconds later he taps out, and that's how the fucking match ends.
This photo of John Cena,
this photo is everywhere.
Like
look at him.
He looks at peace.
He's happy as hell.
Everything like just
he happy as fuck.
So funny.
And so when he retires, and so after he retires and he gets done and the show is over, literally it's a heartwarming moment, because a bunch of wrestlers that have been wrestling with him, OGs, new guys, CM Punk and Cody Rhodes both gave them their belts for him to raise one last time, you know, as the champ. And it was this beautiful moment. And then fucking Triple H walks out and the people are booing him and they are chanting, "You fucked up."
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the optics of it. That's weird. Like, he gave a guy who is, to your point, Marcus, the never give up, never quit guy, and that's how it's supposed to finish. I mean, put him through something, like, you know what I mean?
A table or something, knock him the fuck out or something like that.
Yeah. Have him take one last pop and be done with it. Like, one of the highlights, I did not go to a lot of wrestling matches like when I was younger. But the one I did, SummerSlam, was in. Shout out to a friend of the pod, Dave Wheeler. He and I both went to SummerSlam back when we were in high school, and the last match was a match. I can't remember who he was facing, but John Cena had a match, and he came out on the back of a flatbed rapping. Economics.
Oh my
god, it was fucking awesome. Like, and that was one of the coolest moments that I remember seeing. So
it's, I think it's iconic as hell, and I think that. One day The Rock will also retire and be done with wrestling, and I'd be interested to see who retires him, but I don't know if that's happening anytime soon, to be honest.
I mean, it always kind of feels like he's got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like, I don't even know if he'll ever be retired. To me,
to be honest, he might be be like that.
You know, I don't know.
Correct me if I'm wrong though. Like, but doesn't he have a business interest in the WWE? Like,
he might be on the board.
I think he's on the board. Like, so I think he's going to kind of always be around, and that's going to position him to kind of come and go as he wants to. So,
yeah.
I mean, technically, there's a link here saying that The Rock announced his official retirement in 2019, but that was a video statement. I don't know if those count.
I guess in wrestling versus being a character in the WWE universe, because it sounds like John Cena's not going to be either, right? Yeah. He's not going to be a wrestling character. He's not coming in a suit every other week to pop in on SmackDown. He's done. He's going to be done with wrestling. So sorry, I didn't want to take up too much time with this, but
no, this is fine.
I mean, he's an actor. He's gonna be. To me, I think he's the next one that's going to launch into a full movie career.
Oh yeah.
And
like Batista, John Cena, Rock. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I think John Cena has a very promising comedic career ahead of him.
Yes.
Like, he has a way that he delivers. Like, comedy's hard to do, and he's able to get his timing like everything that he does comedy wise. He gets it really well. So there are some other things that we want to get to. No quote this week, but want to get to some other things before we pop into Wake Up Dead Man. I do just want to take a minute and just send thoughts and love to the family of Rob Reiner. So for those that did not hear, last night, there were some alerts coming into my phone that said, hey, they're doing an investigation into a shooting at a house owned by Rob Reiner. And I was like, well, oh no, hopefully nobody was home. And then this morning, woke up to the news that he and his spouse had both been found dead. Now, there's a lot of updates and stuff, so I don't want to do a ton of conjecture on but it doesn't sound to me like they're looking for anybody, because if I'm not mistaken, their son is the chief suspect in this particular.
The son is being held on bail for $4 million.
Yeah, so
Which
there's something going on there. So that's
Scary,
another
man.
reason to shout out the family, because not only are Rob and his wife gone, but this is a whole family that's being, there's like being torn apart by what's going on. So just thoughts and love to them. I mean, Rob did some incredible movies. Stand By Me, This Is Spinal Tap. Like, he's just been involved in some great stuff that is just like film like platinum. So
I mean, and just like genre defining stuff, like A Few Good Men and Princess Bride, Stand By Me, When Harry Met Sally. I mean, these are, to me, when I took a film class, like these were like the prototypes. Like this is how you do it. I mean, I don't think it can be overstated the impact he had on the field of film and in culture too. This is such a sad and violent end for such a prolific figure.
Yeah. And go ahead, Marcus.
I want to take another point. Rest in peace and rest in power to Rob and his wife, and thoughts and prayers to the family. I think it's also very piss poor that the highest office in the country.
It's like you knew where I was. It's like you knew where I was going next.
Oh, we've been in Sixers. We've been doing this for a nice long time. I think it's piss poor to use your platform, one of the highest positions in the land, in the country, to speak ill of the dead. And whether that means somebody had differing opinions about you, or like whatever the case may be, for you to take your time to do that. I think in any capacity, right? Like, you can agree or disagree with somebody, and they are still somebody's loved ones, and the way that they pass is also tragic. So for you to take that time to take a shot, I feel like it's very irresponsible. And it says a lot about the character of somebody for you to do those things. Does it surprise me at this point? No. However, I do think that it needs to be called out that that's not normal for that to be done, especially as somebody has just passed and lost their family in such a tragic and dramatic way. Like, that's not the time for you to get your shit off.
That level of petty is something I would expect from like a hip hop beef. Like, I would not expect the fucking president of the United States to be like, fuck that guy. Like, that seems like incredibly poor taste. So he is who we guys remember. He is who we thought he was. Like, he is who we thought he was. So, so there we go. But and Brian, to your point, I mean, When Harry Met Sally is like a rom-com staple.
That's a classic.
Like, that shaped the fucking genre.
I mean, it was the template that so many modern rom-coms started to rip.
Oh God,
And I feel like it is such a momentous loss, and like, as whenever you're listening to this, just like go look at a Rob Reiner film, any of them, and just choose one, whether it is Princess Bride or Stand By or Misery or The American President too.
Misery is one of my, like, if I had to go, like, and it feels weird because it's Rob Reiner, but everybody talks about like the Harry Met Sally's, the Princess Brides, but it's really easy to forget that he also did Misery. Misery is one, incredibly written and incredibly directed, and two, it has one of the scenes in it that has made me, to this day, the most squeamish out of any movie scene I have ever watched, and that is where James Caan gets hobbled, and every time I see it, it makes me go, ugh. Like, it's just one of those, like, every time.
Even the reference makes me squirm a little bit too, like in other movies, and like you see it there. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Absolutely. But gentlemen, we did also have some like news, but also in the form of some leaked content via Reddit. So let's zoom out. So last week we found out, or leading into early part of last week, we found out that for the Avatar Fire and Ash, by the way, that movie is still coming. But for Avatar,
are we still watching it?
I mean,
we'll need to do a programming note. We haven't talked about it.
We have not talked about it. But so Avatar Fire and Ash comes out, and allegedly, or what I've heard is, there are going to be 4 different trailers that are attached to Avatar Fire and Ash, and much like drawing a Pokemon card out of a deck, you really don't know which one you're going to get until you buy the movie ticket and go into the theater. So you're going to have to open it to figure out which one you have. And we did get a leak of one of the 4, if I'm to understand correctly.
Yes.
I've talked a lot. Does one of you want to kind of give a synopsis of what this particular trailer is?
Brian, you want it or you want me to explain it?
I'll jump in. I mean, basically, the trailer, I feel like that was leaked and most popularized or shared was this teaser of what appears to be Chris Evans. I need to say this, though. This teaser, it had like 4 pixels. It was the blurriest thing. It appears to be Chris Evans on a motorcycle. He is walking up to a house. He's putting his old Captain America uniform away. He holds a baby. And then there's text. I couldn't read the text. It was too blurry. And that was
Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers will return in Avengers Doomsday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was the one that I saw. Now I do want to say, friend of the podcast, Jessica Jones, tracked down she said that she tracked down 2 others that also were super grainy footage. And reportedly said there's one of Tony Stark knocking on that door and having a conversation with Steve Rogers. They're like, they can't tell what it is based on the video quality. And then there's another one with Tony like on an operating table, essentially. Kind of like Revenge of the Sith type situation is how she
awesome.
What she told me. So
that's what I want the comparison to be.
Yes. So that's what I've heard. I have not been able to find those other 2 videos though.
I have seen those.
Oh, have you?
Have?
I have seen those. I didn't share them with y'all because I thought they were AI. And so
that's what she said. She wasn't sure if they were AI or not.
Yeah. The one with Tony on the operating table definitely looked like AI because it was like his body was I'm assuming it was like, because what they're saying is Avengers Doomsday immediately is the immediate sequel to Avengers Endgame. That's what I've seen this week too as well. And so my assumption is to see Tony on that table with his body open like Revenge of the Sith style, which sounds like a sex move, but like is him after he does a snap. So I don't know.
Yeah. Here's the baby, by the way, for our live stream viewers. We got Steve.
I do think that this is real because Marvel started taking down these videos.
Yep.
They
that's
did.
The clear sign, right?
Yeah.
Yep. They started doing like cease and desist actions. Like
him taking that baby is crazy. And Chris Evans does not age a bit. He looked younger. How the fuck that happened?
Like that man, the last time he was in an Avengers movie, he wasn't married, didn't have a real life kid. Yeah. I mean, this man, I don't know. He's got some special drugs. Anyway, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what I think about this trailer.
Please.
If we're going there, are we going there or do we have any like
Marcus,
we can talk about it.
Marcus, saying Fire and Ash got me distracted by a screen grab from that movie that makes me want to see it. So you go right ahead.
Is it the fact that I was right that he was going to be fucking the evil version of the
Yes, so that is exactly what's going to happen. But there is a screen grab I saw of him like showing her a flamethrower.
Oh, yeah, I saw that photo too.
It made me hate this movie from even having been. I was like, why? Like she has like cartoon wide eyes, and it made me chuckle. And I can tell you this. I ain't shelling out $40 to see it 4 different times to see all 4 different trailers to get us back on track. So yeah, please go there.
I think that it's an interesting way. You know, we talk about you got to spice up the promo, right? You got to do something that's different. Both of these properties are owned by Disney, so it makes all the sense in the world that you are going to piggyback off. Piggyback and catapult, right? Piggyback and catapult. We're going to piggyback off of this Fire and Ash success, and we're going to catapult you into Avengers Doomsday shit because we know you all want it, right? And it's Christmas season. You can't afford to go twice. So why not have, maybe if you didn't have Fire and Ash on your mind, why the fuck not? Why not send a trailer?
Why not?
Like whatever trailers, right? Here's what I think. It's not an issue. I just think that it feels weird. Okay. Number one, the rumor is there's one trailer focused on Tony. There's one trailer focused on Steve. There's one trailer focused on Thor. And then there's another one focused on Doomsday. I think that's what it is. Or just a general trailer, I guess.
Okay.
So here's my problem. I thought we moved the fuck on from the big three. When we did the signature autograph things at the end of Endgame, right? I thought that we moved on and forward from these three being the main focus in these stories, when we also simultaneously introduced new heroes and new leads and new caps and different versions of Iron Mans and different versions of Gods of Thunder and or Valkyries and all of these things. And I just thought that we moved past this moment. And I think I just find it really interesting for us to take what feels like two steps back of like, hey, we sent this man, RDJ, on the farewell tour of his life. There was no better ending for you to fucking have than to send you off into Valkyrie Valhalla with a fucking death that is the ultimate comic book movie death that you can ever have. Right?
Yes.
You even sent Cap off with the ultimate goodbye of like, hey, you fix this shit. We're going to send you back in time. You pass the shield over. That's a seamless fucking transition. Even Thor in his last movie essentially adopted a daughter in order to become the God of Thunder. And he even had his revenge moment to cut off the head of the man who killed his brother. Everybody had a satisfying ending.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now I feel like we're beating a dead horse to introduce the end or a soft reboot quill to the next level of whatever the next chapter Marvel wants to go into. That just feels like half-assing it to me.
Yeah.
I mean, this.
Will I watch it? Yes.
No, go ahead.
I'm going to watch it. Don't be fooled. I'm going to watch it. I can also critique the shit that I like.
Well, and you can be critical of the things you engage with, right? And that shows like you love it. It shows that you care about it.
Yep.
And one thing that this is giving me, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, it's giving me vibes of the marketing run for Rise of Skywalker. And
interesting.
It's not the same, and history doesn't repeat, but sometimes it rhymes. And it feels like this thing.
That's a fire fucking bar, Brian. God damn.
Oh my God. That's
okay.
Fucking bar. Oh,
somebody get that tattooed on my body.
Shit, that motherfucker hit a fucking bar for y'all asses.
Right next to Jack. That's going right next. Ryan, that shit's going next to Jack Skellington on my inner thigh.
Damn. Well, that was fire.
I'm honored to bring this praise. Look, I'm happy. I'm happy that connected with.
That was great. That was fantastic, brother.
And it feels like they. So what they did for Rise of Skywalker.
Goddamn, Sheriff, pop off now.
Yeah, howdy. I'm here to lay it down. But essentially what they did for Rise of Skywalker is they rolled out every single piece of like nostalgia of like, hey, do you remember the prequels? Yeah. Well, it all leads to this. Hey, do you remember Carrie Fisher? It all leads to this. Like, hey, here's some behind the scenes of them hanging out on the Falcon. It all leads to Rise of Skywalker. And I was into it. Okay. Like, I'm going to just be totally honest with you all. I was into it. It felt like a definitive end. It felt good. The movie was not good. I'm not going to get into that now. But that's what this is starting to feel like, a very formalized version of it, where it's like, hey, do you remember Steve Rogers? Well, it's happening here. Do you remember Thor? It's gonna all end here. That's kind of what it feels like, but not to the Rise of Skywalker degree. This has a little bit more structure to it. It's very intentional with its nostalgia bait, in my opinion.
That's good.
I think that's the thing here.
Yeah, and first off, 100%, like that is exactly what this is. This feels like for everybody after Endgame that said like a Tony Starkless or an RDJ Chris Evansless MCU doesn't work. This feels like them going like, see, it never really was. Like that feels like a little bit of like revisionist history a little bit. And like they're trying to mop up, maybe fumbling the bag. But here's the thing. I don't think that they ever did. I feel like the 80-20 rule is like 20% of people are going to get 80% of your attention. And this feels like Disney went like, well, goddamn, we better get that 20% or otherwise we're not going to make any money. Right. And that just feels way wrong. Like you're going after a demographic that's going to be critical no matter what. Why are we doing this nostalgia baiting? And I really think this is Disney being like, hey, we can solve two problems here. And their marketing department is like, we don't understand. These are two different movies. And they're like, no, listen to me. Hear me out. Here's what happened. We've all forgot to approve the marketing plans for Fire and Ash. And so we're going to throw these trailers on there because we don't give a shit if they stay in the movie for 30 seconds or 30 minutes or 3 hours. Like, we don't care. They bought a ticket. Like, so let's get them in the theater and then fuck them. We don't really give a shit. Like, because then, we can say the movie did well. So it feels like they're like, let's attach this to a movie that we didn't market and hope that it does the legwork we need it to.
Can I play devil's advocate a little bit? I'm gonna play devil's advocate to the point. I'm almost playing against my own point that I'm making. I want to give marketing credit for making this attempt. I don't think my issue is it's the marketing, the route that you took. I don't think attaching it to Fire and Ash is a bad decision. My biggest issue is the people that you are focusing it on. You just put out a Fantastic Four movie. You have a Spider-Man movie coming out. There are other people that you could have put in this fucking trailer that also would have went to watch this 4 fucking different times. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Yes. You had a whole cavalcade of people. I mean, fuck, you could have had the new Avengers in this. Like, you
could have put Deadpool in. There's so many things that could make sense, or just show us Tony. Yeah, Brian, I see you.
The disrespect to Anthony Mackie. And
yes.
And like that's not even in the vanguard of these Doomsday Avengers is just so mind-boggling to me. You have Florence Pugh, an Academy Award nominee. You have Anthony Mackie, who is a good actor and gives good performances. You have Sebastian Stan, another Academy Award nominee.
Yep.
How the hell these aren't the people you're focusing on or like trying to lead this new group is just
Pedro Pascal. You have Doom in a movie and you don't put Pedro as one of the fucking trailers in this bad boy.
There are very few people in this world that don't like Pedro Pascal. Like there are the list is like 10 people long and it's really specific for very specific reasons. Like I am flabbergasted that you did not. Haley Steinfeld is riding a high from Sinners. You can't put Kate fucking Bishop in something like
she pregnant right now. She can't.
Yeah, I can CGI out a belly. I can CGI out a belly, Marcus.
I mean, they did for Wonder Woman.
So,
but no, to your point, it is to me what it feels like is they don't have the confidence of their current roster, 100%. So that they're like, hey, check out what we have. And that makes me worried. Now, I am trying to keep an open mind. And the only sliver of story that I'm interested in that I would be hyped by these types of teasers is if Steve really messed up and Steve is the reason that we have Doomsday and that when he went back and put all the stones back, like, just like me, maybe he missed a detail and he put a stone back in the wrong place, or him staying in the timeline messed something up real bad.
That's the story. That's funny as fuck, by the way. That's the story though, right? We talked about that being one of the rumored stories was Doom is trying to kill Steve because I want to be fair, Brian. The caption said Steve Rogers will return. Not Captain America.
That's great.
So I do think that even though he looked at the suit, he might put the suit on. But there was a comic panel people were posting about like Steve and oh my god,
and Sam.
And Sam, thank you, Steve and Sam in the comic book saying he's Captain America. I'm just Steve Rogers these days, which we could see that, right? Possibly. But I also Yes, look, bro, the sheriff is fucking back in town, baby. This man pulled that shit up quick as hell.
That's a
He
great
pulled that
panel.
shit up quick as hell. So I see Doug's hand. So let me go, Doug. Doug, what's up?
Marcus, we are still trying to guess for a story that they're trying to make a fucking $1 billion off of.
Well,
We can say that the problem is no faith in their current cast. Is that the
that's true.
trailers that they are releasing gives me no fucking information or reason to be hyped about anything. And then they trot out my good buddies that I grew up with, and they're like, no, this is what you can get excited about. Look,
Yeah.
I can step in dog shit in a field of roses. It's still dog shit. I don't care where I step in it. Like, it's the thing that infuriates me about this is that leading up to Endgame and Infinity War, we knew and could see where they were going, and we were willing to forgive them when they maybe didn't get it 100% right.
Did we know where Endgame was going before?
Well, we knew.
I mean, did we know where Infinity War was going before?
We knew that there were Infinity Stones. We knew that somehow that was going to have Thanos involved in some way, shape, or form. Most people could do enough research about the Infinity Stones to land on a.
So
you know what I mean?
I want to be fair. And we got to get into Wake Up Dead Man. So I do understand that.
I don't have.
I want to be fair.
I
right?
own this podcast.
That is very true.
Actually,
Brittany. Actually, if you ask Brittany, Brittany owns this
podcast.
podcast. Brittany does indeed say that she owns this podcast. I do want to be fair. The information that you just put out about Infinity War, Endgame is different because we watched Infinity War before we watched Endgame. So when those posters started coming out and we saw half the posters were in black and white, is like in memoriam, and half the posters were in color, you knew who survived. The question was, how the fuck we gonna get them back? I do think that people have enough information that they could possibly do some research on Doom. Not this RDJ version, so that's a little bit tricky of why you did RDJ specifically. But I do think that I just don't like who you led out with. It does show that you don't have confidence just based off the strength. You went to people's biggest complaint to be the biggest pull and draw in. That's slacking to me a little bit.
I agree. And I think one of the last things I'll say is, like, I don't think there's anything wrong necessarily with Chris Evans coming back.
Nope.
I just think that I'm just really, and I understand it's to get butts in seats because there's people who have tuned out of phase 4 and 5 for good reason. And they're going to see a teaser of Steve Rogers and they're going to be like, oh, I'm there. My butt is in the seat. And so I understand why they're doing that. I just think that there was a way that they could have incorporated more of these characters. Specifically, I'm going to go back to Florence Pugh. She's basically like this new guard of Avengers. And especially Anthony Mackie. Those are like the two that I harp on, and they're just kind of nowhere in this conversation. I understand they may not put as many butts in the seats as RDJ and Chris Evans, but like, I feel like they should be in the conversation leading up to this moment. So that's my ending point here.
Doug, you might be muted, brother, somewhere
along the line.
I also think while Doug is getting his
How's
mic
that?
back.
Better?
Oh, he's back.
We hear you.
There you
Okay,
go.
so I'm willing to look past like RDJ being featured. He's cast as a major plot. He's playing a person that's in the movie. Like, it would be very odd to be like, hey, by the way,
shut your $80 million ass up. It would be,
whatever you do, don't.
You sit in that chair until I tell you to fucking say something.
Yeah.
Like, that would be a bold choice. I think I'm with Marcus on this, on the, like, it feels very, it just doesn't feel like the gamble's worth it, right? Because Brian, to your point, if that's your ploy to get butts and seats,
yes,
you're gonna end up pissing off a shitload of people if you get in there and he's in the movie for 5 minutes. Like, maybe we don't know. So my part of my piece is that this just all feels, regardless of all the nuance of the decision making that led up to it, something is amiss in how they went about this, right?
Yes,
it's either why lead with him? Okay, it's to get butts in seats. Well, do you really expect people who have been watching phases 4 and 5 to go, yep, that's gonna get me there. Um, like, yeah, you might get the people you lost after phase 3,
Yeah.
but if you've been watching 4 or 5, you've been asking the same questions we've been asking for the past 2 years, which
Yep.
is, where are you all going with this? Like,
What are you doing?
like, hey, what you working on over there? Like, and
10
this doesn't
rings? Don't know her. Yeah.
yeah, 10 rings, don't know her. Hey, remember all the weird bangle shit from Miss Marvel? Maybe
yeah.
10 rings, but you'll never know. Fuck it.
You know what?
So,
Those
like
10 rings that Shang-Chi has? Yeah, like there's a tracking beacon in there. I don't
Mhm.
know. Who
Hey.
knows?
Yeah, remember when we saw Wong for a hot second? Like, it's just all of it just feels like it's just I don't understand the decision making other than it to be fan service, and anytime that I feel like we do blatant or over the top fan service, it
Mhm.
feels like they're trying to distract me from something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's fair.
I mean, no, yes, RDJ.
Ace,
To make some
100%.
point,
Nailed it.
RDJ. A lot of people wanted RDJ to come back. I think that
Yeah.
there are multiple pieces in this. Like, do I believe the Russo brothers can write a good script? Yes, there wouldn't be a reason you bring them back if it was not to write a script for your biggest movie ever, right? To follow up to follow up Avengers Endgame with Doomsday directly. That's the rumor, right? Means that you are also skipping over a lot of content that came out as if it doesn't, even if it will tie into the movie. You don't have confidence in the shit that you put out that was supposed to lead up to a cohesive story, at least from the outside looking in right now. We won't know until we watch the movie. But there's a lot of things that I think I just would not have gone that route. Will I watch it all? Absolutely.
Oh,
And
no, I'll be there. I'll be there. I
I'm
can
gonna
tell
be
you
in
this.
line. I'm gonna watch it.
I
This
can tell
movie
you
might
this.
be a
I'm not
mess.
going to Fire and Ash more than
It's gonna be my mess.
But exactly, it's my mess, and I will enjoy all of it.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
Yeah.
like that is my expectation. It's going to be a mess, and I'm here for it.
And if they if they expect me to go to Fire and Ash 4 times, they can fuck themselves. I'm going to it maybe once.
How ticked would you be if you went to Fire and Ash multiple times and you just kept getting the same teaser?
I would feel the same way that I feel anytime I buy a pack of Pokemon cards for Harrison. Oh, great. It's all fucking Slowpokes. Who fucking gives a shit? Like,
Oops, all Slowpokes.
Oops, all Slowpokes.
Oops, all
Fuck you.
Slowpokes.
Give me something different.
Y'all, I caught a Pikachu the other day. That shit was crazy.
Ooh,
In
holographic.
Pokemon Emerald. No. In Pokemon Emerald.
Okay.
Caught a fucking Pikachu.
All right.
But, gentlemen, we did watch the latest Rian Johnson installment. Speaking of The Last Skywalker, we did watch.
Well, he didn't do
latest...
Oh, well, no, he didn't do. Well, he did The Last Jedi. Yeah, he did Last Jedi, not Rise of Skywalker.
Speaking of Star Wars, we did watch the latest Rian Johnson movie, Wake Up, Dead Man.
Wake up, Dead Man!
Does somebody want to give us a synopsis for Wake Up, Dead Man?
You know what? I can jump in on this. Yeah. So what had happened was this film starts off with Father Judd, and you're understanding who Father Judd is. He has got a rocky past. He's going to this new church on a very secluded upstate New York area, and this church he's going to, Josh Brolin's there as Father Wicks, and this guy's he's not great. He's not running this church very well at all. And so Father Judd is trying to do his best, played by Josh O'Connor, by the way. And he's trying to do his best to connect with these people in this community. And things don't go well. And we get to Easter, and suddenly Josh Brolin, playing Monsignor Wicks, is stabbed. And nobody knows who did it because he was in a locked room. I should say this is the terminology they use, but he was in a room where no one else could be. It was impossible, an impossible murder. And who do we call to figure out this murder? Why, it's Benoit Blanc himself. That's my foghorn. It's not very good. And so we have Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc teaming up with Josh O'Connor playing Father Judd, and they try to reveal this mystery of who murdered Monsignor Wicks.
I mean, nailed it. Yeah, that's well done. Well done, Brian.
That's your gist right there.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I missed you, man.
He absolutely crushed that
Why
shit.
is
Yeah, he
he
had to deal with
too?
mine, and they were not
Well,
as good.
no, that's not what I was saying either. I
That's
enjoyed
what I
having
heard.
him here,
That's what I heard,
and
though,
I
and that's
missed
what I
you.
heard.
It could be both things. Oh
I
my
miss you
fucking
too,
god!
man.
I can't believe it. I can't believe. I can't
You
believe it.
hate don't you hate it when
I can't.
people are like that fucking petty, but they're not
Yo,
even paying attention to you? They're like on their phone. They're like, "Well, you still said it."
yeah, yeah. Hey, no, I've already taken it the way that I wanted to. Please don't get me started on this. It'll send me in a fucking. I've
Okay,
already
cool.
taken it the way that I wanted to take in the thing that I said. Like, what the fuck,
Oh, no.
boy,
Okay,
boy.
let's break down cast before we go
First of
down.
all, it's a lot of motherfuckers in this movie. That's what I got
Oh,
through about an
Yes.
hour and a half of the movie,
Yes.
and I in the first 45 minutes they are
Mhm.
still
Yeah.
introducing characters, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
damn, they in this too. Like this is a
Yep.
stat
Mhm.
cast.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
trying to find a picture. Oh my gosh, there's so many.
Daniel Craig, Benoit
Yep.
Blanc, Kaylee Spaney, Simone Vivan, Andrew Scott plays Lee Ross, Mila Kunis plays Captain Geraldine Scott.
The cop. Yep.
Yep. Jeremy Renner of the Renner app plays Dr. Nat Sharp. Thomas Hayden Church plays Samson Holt. Glenn Close is in this playing Martha Delacroix. Josh Brolin plays Monsignor Jefferson Wicks. Daryl McCormick plays Cy Draven. Josh O'Connor plays Father Judd. Kerry Washington plays Vera Draven. And Jeffrey Wright plays Langstrom. And then there's some other folks in this, and I'm kind of curious as to why they included them. Good job, Google.
I mean, Jeffrey Wright had a cameo.
Yeah, he was at the
Jeffrey Wright
beginning and
did.
at the end.
Yep.
Yep, he was at the
Yep.
beginning and at the end. But and shout out, and that's sort of a throwback to when they were in James Bond together.
They were in James Bond together.
Gentlemen, thoughts on Wake Up Dead Man? What'd you like? What didn't you like? Just what do you think?
Man.
Marcus, let's start with you. What did you like about the first hour?
Wow, you just immediately threw him under the bus.
I want y'all to know that this shit. You don't look at my Netflix. You gonna see it say an hour left in that motherfucker. I got exactly an hour through. Listen, I feel like I like damn, my Netflix is tripping. I feel like all right.
StreamYard, you're trying to watch that and do
I
this,
know,
and they
it's doing
don't
too
want
much.
people to do two
It's
things at
doing
the
too
same
much.
time.
They want you to just focus on our app.
Hey, look, you need to focus on streaming. Don't open another window. Don't look at your TV.
So I think I like the casting. I like some of the early dynamics that were kind of setting themselves up early. I wasn't really catching character names, but the young priest and
Father Judd.
Thanos. And so the young priest and Thanos are all talking to each other, and there's some serious dynamics in here. There's the storytelling is starting to unfold. Kerry Washington, I think, is number one.
I mean, hard to disagree.
Well, and not to like jump the gun here, but like she doesn't have a ton of screen time in this movie, and but what she does have, she uses it to the best extent of almost anyone in this movie.
She capitalizes on all the time that she's given. Yep.
Yes. Yes.
And I think a lot of the dynamics that I was starting to see unfold, I think it's hard to have a cast like this. Oh, this isn't the first time that we've gotten a full cast this is the third movie of this installment, right? But I think this one felt a little bit more heavy-handed with who they picked.
Yeah.
To me, am I off in that? Because I'm still early in the movie. I don't want to.
No, honestly, I mean, there's so many big names in this, but I feel like the lesson I learned from Glass Onion was that you can have these big names, but their role may only be 5 minutes of screen time. I think Bautista maybe had 10 minutes of plot screen time in Glass Onion that he wasn't sharing with anyone else. And it's interesting how that unfolds, and I think it worked in Glass Onion. I know not everybody's up on Glass Onion. I enjoyed it.
I thought it was good.
I mean, we reviewed it, and but I mean, I know some other people had other opinions, but this movie, I feel like it was just very tightly focused on like Father Judd and Benoit Blanc. and these other side characters, I feel like there was like just a little bit less for them because this dynamic between Father Judd and Josh Brolin was
Mhm.
taking up a lot of screen time.
Mhm. Yeah, they were bumping up against each other a lot in what they believed in, and even the
Yes.
differences of what that belief had, like, as a motivation. And it
Mm.
even starts right out of the gate, like, when Benoit Blanc shows up and
Oh yeah.
Father Judd is like, "Hey, come in, sit down." He's like, I'll just wait outside. Like,
Yeah.
this is not for me. I appreciate the architecture, but this is not,
Right.
like, this is not my scene, like, at all." And so, I really appreciate that piece of I really appreciated that dichotomy that they were trying to draw between those two
Yeah.
things. Um, and I feel like what they did is, and I feel like what Ryan Johnson did very well in this movie is he kind of played with this idea because you would expect, especially with the way that that scene starts, you would expect
Hmm.
this to be like almost a critique of religion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think what he did really well is he tried really hard not to turn it into that,
Yeah.
um, because I think it became a critique of fanaticism versus
Mm.
people who understand
Hmm.
and believe and practice on a daily basis. Because I felt like what he was trying to say is, look, Father Judd and Benoit Blanc are far more alike than even
Yes.
these two people who are of the same faith and of the same, stature,
Yeah.
recognized as a religious leader. So I felt like that was really expertly done in how they like shot that and pieced that all together. I thought that was I really enjoyed just that level of
Hmm.
detail that he went into.
Can I ask y'all a question?
You
Yeah.
may.
This is kind of random, but it's not kind of random.
All
When you
right.
think Daniel Craig and this
Mm.
role that he has in all of these Knives Out movies,
Mhm.
do you think it'll hold up? Because it's on Netflix. Do you think it'll hold up to runs like he had with 007 or his other movies? Like, does this character is it up there in his list of people that he has portrayed? Will it be solidified? Is it viewed the same? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's a good question. I'm optimistic that it will. I don't think it's there yet,
Mm.
but I think that Ryan Johnson is going to keep making these movies. I mean, like these are
Oh my god,
I,
yes.
like I would watch 20 of these, and maybe
Yeah.
I
that's
would
like my review of this film. But
cha
like,
chain me to a chair and make me watch them all day, please. Like,
yeah,
that's fine. Like, I have no
You could
qualms with
just sit
that
down.
whatsoever.
I mean, to your
No, no, no,
point,
this is
more
bugging me.
pointedly, Marcus, though, I think in like 2 or 3 movies, I think it could be there. I think
Got it.
that would just be a career-defining role for him. I think it's James Bond right now, but I think that can be easily dethroned here in another movie or 2 in the Knives
Mm.
Out um pantheon. Anthology. I don't know what to call these because they're not
Mm.
necessarily sequels or prequels.
Mm-mm.
But I mean, yeah, most certainly, Marcus. I think it's on the way. I don't think it's there yet.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
First off, mind your business, Roman. Where I choose to be chained to is my business.
I also said you
Um,
don't need to be chained. You whatever, but
can you
Whoa,
imagine?
hey,
Can
hey,
you
pal.
imagine? I mean, obviously, like I'm a married man, so I'm not gonna do this. But can you imagine someone sitting down from like a prostitute and she's like, "What are you into?" He's like, "I want you to chain me to a chair and show me detective movies all day." You don't need to pay me to do that shit. Um, sorry.
No, that sounds like a good send up for a story, though.
Yeah. Anyway, I think here's where I think this is. The only equivalent, and it's not the same level
Hmm.
of it's not at the same level, but I can kind of give you something that I see as familiar. So like
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey did those like rom-coms
Oh
and
yeah.
he was big into rom-coms and then
Yep.
out of nowhere he does these like change of pace movies, right? Where he's suddenly doing like
Oh yeah.
where he did Dallas Buyers Club, which led
Yep.
into like Interstellar, and then
Hmm.
there was one where he played a lawyer, like the
Lincoln
Lincoln
Lawyer.
lawyer, the
Yep.
Lincoln lawyer. So he had these where like he changed and they were off, like they
Hmm.
just were out of pace for what we expected from him. The only comparison I can be is this feels like something similar with Daniel Craig, where he did this change of pace because he was in a Guy Ritchie film, if I'm not mistaken, called Layer
Okay.
Cake. that is essentially a British mobster movie.
Yeah.
And then that's right before he started doing James Bond. So that feels like he's being pulled into more of an action direction.
Mhm.
Any excuse to try to appeal to both audiences,
Oh,
right? Like
yeah.
the guy driving a nice car fast and shooting things, but for your girlfriend, wife, whomever, he's also going to have a scene where he's in the shower, like cleaning the blood off himself. Like that was very much the box that they had put him in. And then this feels very much like, no. Like you're still going to have that like sort of suave to you about it,
Yeah.
but it's gonna look and feel very different. I would also like to point out that Benoit Blanc has gotten collectively more eclectic as these
Yes.
movies continue.
Mm,
The very
Yes.
first movie, Knives Out, he is wearing a suit, a tie, he's got a
Yep.
close cropped haircut.
Yep.
You really see those baby blue eyes. Glass
Mhm.
Onion, Jay's on an island. He's maybe wearing like, the
Yeah.
the the striped blue and white swimsuit question mark,
I think
but
so.
also like
Yeah.
some more like beach attire. And this is like, give him a green tweed suit and fucking let him just go.
yeah, he
He's
did
getting,
look significantly different
Yes.
and
yeah,
feel significantly different.
yeah. So
Yep.
like, I do feel like we're starting to get to more of this like Agatha Christie Poirot type moments where we're starting to like
100%.
eke into this. But if that's where they're going, again, I could watch 3 of those over a weekend and not be disappointed. I mean, I know what I'm gonna get, but I also don't hate that. I like that element to it. It feels very like Sherlock Holmesy, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah. I just wanna
My-
say, in Glass Onion, he's wearing an ascot with
he
a
does have an
tan
accent.
suit. Like,
Yeah.
this is very much the beginning of the departure.
Yes, that is where he's like,
Daniel Craig does not age really. I mean,
No.
maybe he does, but I mean, he
does
kind of
not.
looks the same.
I
When
really
he
Yeah,
also
like,
he
like
really.
I really like the
Brian,
shot
bring him.
composition here.
I do like
Brian,
that a lot.
Brian, bring him up in Knives Out. Like, just show what he looked like, because he's fucking like baby faced. He
You're
is
talking like OG Knives Out?
OG. Yep, OG
I also,
Knives Out.
I also think, the hour that I got into in this movie, because I'm not contributing much, so I'm gonna throw some shit up there. I feel like it was an easy hour to get into. Like before I
Oh
knew it,
yeah.
because the whole movie is 2 hours and 30 minutes long. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and Brian gave that as a heads up in our chat of like, heads up,
I
this movie is 2 hours and 30 minutes long.
I mean, going back here, I'm gonna come back to that runtime.
Yes.
This is Benoit Blanc in the first Knives Out, and
This is a great shot too.
I love
the
this shot.
cinematography in these movies, I
This is
think, is
great.
always really good. And this looks like James Bond. Like, I'm just
Yes.
gonna put that out there. Like,
Yes.
this
Mhm.
just looks like James Bond decided to loosen up a little bit. It's very much there's not a lot here
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
different to me.
Yeah.
That's a good shot. I like how
Marcus, to your point, I had intended to like separate, like try to split this movie in half
you
and
said
watch an hour on Friday, like an hour and 15 Friday, an hour and 15 Saturday, because I had every intention of like getting up and going to the gym in the morning on Saturday. But I was so pulled in by the story and the shots and just where they were going with it that I eventually was just like, fuck it. Like I have to finish this. Like,
Yeah.
and it's nice to have a movie make me feel that way. I can't remember the last like Netflix movie or movie that was exclusive to streaming that I couldn't that I was saying like, no, like I need to finish it now because I want to know what happens. Others kind of feel like a breaking point. Yes, again, we have
Great
gone
shot.
from
Look at that hair.
baby-faced detective who's really sexy to hello, hey, I'm your college philosophy professor. Like that is the
Yes.
exact arc that we have gone here.
Yes. Yes.
I don't
That's
know why I
actually
gave him
perfect.
that accent, by the way.
No,
That was actually good.
That's perfect. And then you tell people this guy has a weird Cajun accent that's not really Cajun, and it's just
Mhm.
This
he's
looks
his
like a shot from
it's
Harry
his
Potter.
own thing. Yeah, the things they do with
Oh,
light
yeah.
in this movie, I think, are really fun.
Brian, I'm so fucking glad you brought that up
Oh
because
yeah.
that was one of the things that I appreciated and I noticed instantly
Mhm.
and was like, look at fucking you. Like those moments where I mean, and you did it in a way in which that made sense because it's like there's
Yeah.
a rainstorm going on, so the
Yep.
breaks in the clouds would cause this to happen. So my
Right.
brain isn't thinking something supernatural that's going on, but to have Benoit Blanc look out the window and suddenly he is bathed in light when he gets to
Oh,
his sort of what did they
Lord.
call that? What moment did they call that?
I
Road to Damascus.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, when he has this road to Damascus moment and he just
Mhm.
sort of looks, it's just it's like it's just it was so again, it was just that's a shooting that is a like cinematography decision that's going on that I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as like this movie is talking about religious iconography, you're talking about
Mhm,
all of these things of how people like interpret religion. And when he's
mhm,
introducing himself, I couldn't find the exact photo here. They didn't share that publicly, but I mean the clouds moving in and out as he's talking about his own
mhm.
relationship to faith, I thought was very well done, and I kind of want to watch this movie again because I think there's probably more references and stuff like that that I just didn't catch on the first time around. Because I'll also be honest, the first time I watched this, I thought everything was a clue, and like
Mm.
if,
Yeah.
if we're gonna talk about the mystery component to this, spoilers for Wake Up Dead Man. I guess we didn't do that, but like whatever,
Wake
spoilers
up,
for
dead
this
man.
movie.
Wake
Um,
up! There's spoilers.
like, in my opinion, they had this entire cast of characters, but like halfway through the movie, I shouldn't say halfway, but like 3/4 of the way through the movie, I'm like, there's only like 2 or 3 people here that like I really think could have
There's a
done
bunch of
it.
them that like sort of fall off, and you're
Yeah.
like the guy that plays the writer. He's sort of like
Yep.
he just kind of like Homer Simpson just kind of fades into the bushes, and you're like,
Mhm.
yeah, he's
Yep.
there, but he's also not. Like,
Yeah.
um, also,
Yeah.
Ryan, I would love for you to watch this again and report back if you're able to spot Joseph Gordon-Levitt, because fun fact, when I Googled the cast for this
Mhm.
movie, for some reason, he's listed as a cast member, and
So
I don't know where or why or how.
so I did research on this before I came, and because Joseph Gordon-Levitt cameos in every single one of Ryan Johnson's movies.
Hmm.
Oh,
In
really?
this movie, yeah. So in Last Jedi, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is the alien complaining about Finn's crashed starship on the casino planet and having the cops take it away.
Oh,
What
And
the fuck?
yep, yep. And I can't remember where he is in Knives Out and Glass Onion, but in Wake Up Dead Man, he is the announcer for the Cubs game. That is his cameo.
oh shit.
And you missed that, Doug? Some Cubs fan you are.
Well, here's the thing,
I
Marcus.
did.
They are playing the Minnesota Twins, so it's
Oh.
kind of
Yep.
shitty for me to miss that.
Oh, that is
So
kind of fucked up. Damn, I didn't realize
it's
I
real
didn't make it that
fucked
far. I didn't
up.
realize how fucked up that was.
Well, yeah, you once you see it, you'll be like, man, Doug fucked up
I
royally.
mean, it's
That'll
like
be
2
your first
seconds.
thought.
Like, come on now. Oh, yeah.
Um, yeah,
I
I
digress.
mean, I really appreciated the I really and the other thing that I liked about this is that in Knives Out, it was very much Benoit Blanc laying the table for the mystery and how he solved it. And even with
Sure.
Knives, the original OG Knives Out did the same thing. I do really appreciate that they sort of went like, no, he's not going to do it. Glenn
Mhm.
Close is going to do it. And because Glenn Close is just a phenomenal actress. So
Yes.
anytime you have her at your
Oh,
disposal to like do that, it was just, I mean, her death acting is probably some of the best that I've seen.
oh my gosh. I mean, she is I mean, she's stellar in this movie. She I I rewatched the end of this movie because I
Mm,
was so enamored with her performance at the end of when she's explaining everything. There's a reason she's like one of the
mhm,
best. And her name being Grace and this theme
mm,
of the movie giving yourself grace or letting yourself have grace for others,
yep.
that like it kind of makes me look at a lot of the different points where she's at like differently in that kind of symbology of her name and when she's present. And I think that is something really special. And again, spoilers if you've made it this far, but yeah, I mean, like when she's confessing to basically making this
Mhm,
plan to kill the priest, because she, as she said, she confessed to the wrong priest, or confessed to the wrong one. It's this intentionality that she's able to convey in her performance that is just so gripping. I can't speak highly of it enough.
I prefer, if someone was like gun to your head, Meryl Streep or Glenn Close, I think I would pick Glenn Close every time.
Wait a minute. What's the gun to your head for?
Like, you've never heard that before? Like when you have
No,
someone will say like gun to your head, grilled cheese or
yeah. Oh,
cheese
so it's just you picking.
yeah, just really quick.
In any world, in any scenario, you would pick Glenn Close over Meryl Streep.
I don't
Why?
like that,
I know you don't. I know you don't, and so I just feel like
I just don't like Meryl Streep.
that just feels.
You don't like it. You know, I know we've talked about this. I think she's fine.
You know what it is? It's the ego. I can't.
You feel
everybody's like, she's the best, and I'm like, what about Glenn Close?
Does it bother you that Meryl Streep has won 3 Oscars and Glenn Close has won 0?
Oh no, because I don't give a shit about how awards are run. So
okay,
Glenn Close is forever Cruella de Vil, and I can't see anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
you don't see Meryl Streep doing that.
She's the Devil Wears Prada.
She
Although that's not her role, and she has an actual name. That's just the name of the movie.
Yes.
She is not the devil that wears Prada, but that's the name of the movie.
Isn't she though? She's the main boss.
I don't think she's the devil.
Guys, I have not seen Devils Wear Prada. Devil.
Really? What?
We need to do that for the pod.
Yeah, Devil Wears Prada is iconic. That's like a top 20
to the
movie
list
for me.
Yeah,
add it to the list. I'll
Devil
watch it.
But that's different than like a one that's different than a movie that's been around for years and years and years and decades. Although maybe now this movie has probably almost been around for a decade. Probably now.
When did that originally come out?
Prada, Marcus, I regret
2006.
to inform you.
2006, 20 years ago.
That movie 20
what
years old.
the fuck?
That
movie came out 20 years ago.
That movie is a junior in college.
Or 20. Sorry, 20. I said 30. Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
And they're doing a second one, right? So maybe we watch it as a lead up to the second.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we should.
Yeah, because I don't want to Bad Boys this, where I only watch the second one and not the first one.
Or Tokyo Drifted.
Tokyo.
1, 2, Tokyo Drift, 9, 10. Gentlemen, anything else? We're like way off track from Wake Up Dead Man.
1, 2, Tokyo Drift 9, 10 is crazy.
I'm
trying to think if there's other stuff in this.
There is one thing I want to bring up with this movie.
Please.
I enjoyed this movie. I do think though this Knives Out is not as narratively tight as Glass Onion and the original. And I know that might be a conflicting opinion with some other reviewers and seeing some other people that talk about the movie. But it feels like a lot. The first half hour of this movie is setup, and I'm not saying that's bad, but I do feel like it is indicative of how much exposition you need to give people to get into the mystery. And there's just something there where it's like, this could have been tighter. Like we could have maybe dropped a subplot, and I don't think a lot would have changed. Like not the major subplot with the priest's daughter that they reference quite a bit in regards to the gem and all that stuff. But I mean, like the Psy plot, the son, he was also the Monsignor Wick's son. And how that played into everything, that I don't know if that needs to be in there, but a lot of Kaylee Spacey's stuff, I don't know if it's consequential. A lot of the writer, I'm totally blanking on his name, a lot of his stuff, I don't know if it's super consequential. Like it almost felt like Rian Johnson was trying to give these actors a little bit of something to do, but all the other supporting characters took up the oxygen. Jeremy Renner, Mila Kunis in a weird way. I still don't know how I feel about her performance in this. I don't know if I really buy her as a small town cop. I don't know. My main point though is that it feels like a lot when they're.
It did feel like she was kind of being. It did feel like there were.
Yeah, go for it.
No, Brian, I was gonna say it feels like she was being sarcastic at times, and it's
Mhm.
weird. Like where she
Yeah.
would deliver a line, and you'd be like, "Wait, are you like for real?" Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, no, you're
Yeah.
not wrong though. That's
Can I
there
say
were moments where I was like, "Be a little more serious. You're a
I feel
cop."
like that's Mila Kunis though.
I
If I was
agree.
to cast Mila Kunis,
Uh-huh.
that's
Oh,
in every
uh-huh.
role that I think I've seen
Yep.
her in. I think that is
Yep.
who I would cast to execute said role if I needed somebody to do it.
Yes.
It is I don't know, maybe that's just me. That's all I've ever seen from her my entire life,
No, no.
and she
I
fine as
agree.
hell.
Well, there's there's
Also
that.
that. Also
But I
that.
mean, like,
You know
it's
what I
just like,
realized? I love brunette or dark hair.
oh yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
But
Add
that's
to the
it.
list.
Now we can move on.
All right, fair enough. But
I've
it-
contributed nothing to this movie conversation. Just a
no,
bunch
no,
of
you have. I mean, I encourage you to
Woo!
finish it still.
Woo! Woo!
But
Oh no! Oh no! No! I'm gonna finish it because I number one, I love these. I love these movies. I will
Mhm.
rewatch them. I think that they are fucking seamless. They're easy to watch. They're the
mhm,
mystery component. I think is actually a mystery component. I think that that's
yeah,
super important to also say. A lot of movies will say that they are this thing and they don't execute them well. And I think that
mhm,
there's a nice story. And for you to take 2 hours and 30 minutes to tell your story on Netflix, I also think that says a lot about people's faith
Mhm.
in
I agree.
your ability to make a product.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and I
agree. I agree.
feel. And I think I think the other thing I wanna say here too is, like, even in our review and talking about it, we still haven't even got to, like, I would say, we haven't got to all the subplots. We have not got to the entire
Mhm.
plot of, like, the finale
Mhm.
either, and I had to go back and rewatch it to understand it. And
Interesting.
whether that's good or bad, I don't know. And I just wanna finish this point that, like, some of the stuff Ryan Johnson put in here, it's like, it feels like you're putting it in here to make it convoluted when you didn't, like, necessarily need
Ooh.
to,
Mm.
Yes.
because there are these themes. Because it's really this theme about what you have faith in and what it does for you. And Doug,
Mhm.
to your point, I do think it's refreshing that a movie's like, "Hey, religion and spirituality can serve a purpose for some people to guide them in doing good, and that is a good thing." And as someone who
And
is not a believer, I appreciate that.
and
I
under
think that's a cool way to show that.
and understanding what role that can play in a community,
Yeah,
so long as it is a positive influence on that community. I
right.
really appreciated, like, that message too. To your point, Brian, about, like, there being weird subplots in there. There's one in particular that comes to mind, and I think this sort of is also to your point of how this movie started,
Mhm.
is they start the movie with Father Judd writing to what I
Yes.
thought was Benoit Blanc, but also was it? Because it wasn't
Mm,
super clear. Whoever brought, because then he shows up and Mila Kunis is like, Blanc, I called you for
yes.
this.
Mhm.
And I'm like, but wait a minute. Like, I thought Father Judd was also writing to him. Like, so there was a lot going on there. But to your point, I feel like that's one of those areas of things that he was trying to do. He tried to go to this well of like writing and
Mhm.
remembering because they revisit the writing thing one more time, but never again do they
Mm.
touch like writing your thoughts out. That's it.
Well, he did that because Blanc, so the writing thing, I interpreted that Blanc asked him to do that. He's like, "Write down everything you remember."
Right.
And I
Yeah.
feel like that's where that connection is, right? But
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, it is another kind of thread here of just like, okay.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
mean, here's the thing though. I don't really care at the end of the day. Like, it was
Oh,
still
no.
enjoyable. Like,
Oh,
all of
100%.
the
Hmm.
performances are so enjoyable because Ryan Johnson is somehow able to get all of these great things out of the actors that he surrounds himself with.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
the original Knives Out had such colorful characters. Glass Onion was this vibrant peacocking of like all these supporting characters.
Hmm.
So it kind of makes sense that we kind of had these like, oof, like these contrasting dark motifs on religion, kind of scaling back some of those personalities for more nefarious intentions. So
Where
Yeah.
do
I don't
where do you both rank this movie
hmm.
in the three that we've gotten so far?
I think I think I rank it 2. I put the original 1, this one 2, Glass Onion 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going I think I'm going the original then Wake Up Dead Man, and then Glass Onion,
Yeah.
because even though I like the dynamics in Glass Onion, I do feel like this is, I don't know, I do like the mystery in this one better. I loved the locked room thing of how did he die in a room with no one else in there. That kept my attention for 2 hours. Easy.
Oh yeah,
how did we do this?
I kept going back to it. I kept being like,
Yeah,
but that still doesn't explain how he died. Like,
right.
So, because the theory that I thought that they had was, again, and this is to the credit of Rian Johnson as directing, and I think even to Josh Brolin's acting, is Josh Brolin plays such a cantankerous, like awful religious leader that I thought at one point in time that this was a ploy between Glenn Close's character and Monsignor Wix's character to have some sort of like religious allegory for him.
Yep.
That somehow he didn't really die, and then they buried him, and a day later he rose, just to sort of make that point of like, I'm the ultimate Jesus fan, or like whatever, you know what I mean? Like, see how masculine I am and how I fight. This is what the new church is. I thought that that's where they were going with it, but which is fucking wild. So, but yeah, no, I mean, again, I would watch more of these. I do feel like with the way this one started with sort of like a kind of sort of letter, I could see them going back to that well again to try to like make more that are like that. You know what I mean? Like, so that they start off letter wise, but that's just what I would expect from a lot of mysteries eventually get to that point where someone writes based on their expertise.
Man, I really want the next Knives Out to be like a Snowden ski lodge. I really feel like that's the next move, and to make it more of like a locked room type situation of like we have all the elements in this room, we need to figure it out. That's
a Clue type of situation.
Yeah, like
they're all in a mansion trapped.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be really satisfying. After
I actually would not mind that. Actually, that'd be really good.
I would love that. Yeah,
because like I was thinking about it, and I was like, the original Knives Out is around the fall. Glass Onion is like the summer, and then like this movie takes place in the spring. So I'm like,
winter.
Winter is due, Ryan.
Yeah, that'd actually be fire. Oh, winter.
I could see him if he's. I know he hasn't announced anything, but if he were to be like, I'm only going to do one more, and it's going to be winter, Brian, I swear to God, someone has to pay you, because that is incredible.
That's so it's so specific. That is so specific. Yeah, that's so specific.
That's not an accident.
Well, we'll see. Well, Rian Johnson.
Somebody be watching this podcast. We know that.
Yeah, we do know that.
We've got viewers right now. He could be one of them. You never know.
Rian Johnson, put me in.
Put some in the chat.
Cast me for a police officer in the next one. I don't want a main role, but I want people to be like, I feel like I've seen him somewhere before. Gentlemen, anything else you all want to talk about as it relates to Wake Up Dead Man?
I don't know that okay.
What about a bartender?
Tell me I don't have a recognizable face.
Yeah, why did you do police officer? Why that?
Well, because I'm not an acting talent like Glenn Close or anybody else, so I couldn't lead anything. But
Brian said a bartender. Like, why did you?
Bartender works.
Or the mailman.
Well, I actually like bartender because then I have to wear a suit. Yeah, I'm on board.
All bartenders don't wear. I mean, okay, I guess.
Brian, Marcus, the good ones do.
Yeah, also, this is based in the church.
Goes to, apparently.
Yeah, the one he went to, they all wear suits.
Fucking classy as fuck. They wear suits.
Shaken,
they call
not
you sir.
Wow.
And they have really strict.
They call you a what?
They call you sir.
Oh.
Wow. All right. I don't have anything else to bring to the pod tonight.
Did you just catch that? And they have really strict seating rules.
Oh,
so
wow.
At first I thought you said they call you a slur, and then I thought you said they have really strict seating rules. And then I was this is a Rosa Parks bar bus.
No, I said they call you sir, but then yes, they also I did say they have very strict seating rules.
What the fuck does that mean? Like what the fuck? What the fuck does that
Guys,
mean?
I think we've established that I like to be chained to things and watch movies, and I like people to call me slurs before they make me sit somewhere in the bar. So I think it's pretty clear that this is what I'm into. So
Well,
let's not.
usually I don't kink shame, but I feel like I should. Like I feel like I don't know.
My friend, you don't even do this.
Let's talk about self-care next time. We can
Let's
talk
talk
about
about
things
yeah.
that bring you
if
joy.
you were a loved one, if you feel you were a loved one, is in a what do you guys have to plug?
I'm here.
Unfortunately,
I'm here to plug thelovenerds.com.
I love that we're back to this.
My wife's
after all of that,
websites, business. She also has etsy.com/shop/thelovenerds.
word.
Yeah, Marcus.
Make sure you follow the mantra, never offended, always humble. At the top of the year, we will be making some changes to Noah. I think as we head into different chapters and do some new fun things, merch wise, business wise, and things like that. I want to shout out my brother Stefan Peoples. We were doing this Noah thing for over 10 years. And so we just had a conversation yesterday about life moving forward, life moving on. And so Noah is still a mantra, but the merch might not exist the same. It might look a little bit different. Things might look a little bit different there. But however, the mantra is still the mantra. Never offended, always humble. Go listen to some Soul Tie. Go stream some SOULTYE. Go stream some Marcus J. Destin. I just dropped Tahitian Treat. And that's almost at 1,000 plays already, and not even a week later, which is kind of very, very wild. And so I just appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Follow the mantra. Never offended, always humble. You dig?
Go stream Tahitian Treat. It's really good. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yes.
I enjoyed it quite thoroughly.
Thank y'all.
If you enjoyed our conversation about all the things that we talked about, cover a lot of ground today. If you enjoyed all the things we chatted about, recommend to a friend or a family member. That's the best way to support independent podcasts that you know and love. Much like we are also going to have some changes that are coming to the Patreon. So keep an eye out for those. If you want to go and check it out as it exists now, patreon.com/films in black and white. Check it out there. So yeah, would love to have you join the Patty family. But gentlemen, we have a 3-step process to success. Brian, what do you got for that first step?
Hey folks, I'm here to tell you to read a book. I'm currently reading Dungeon Crawler Carl. It took me a minute to get into it, but you know what? Give yourself that runway. Be like, no, I'm going to sit with this book and I'm not going to look at my phone. And you know what? I'm loving it. I'm going to go read it after we're done recording the pod. It's going to be great.
Damn.
Read a
Which
book.
You can late night read, Brian?
Yeah, I'm reading, well, kind of. I'm reading The Bedlam Bride. So this is like book 6, I want to say, in Dungeon Crawler Carl,
Yeah,
and kind of Marcus. If I make it past 10 minutes, I'm like, I can read a little bit more. But like if I'm knocked out in 10 minutes, it's not happening.
Then it's a wrap.
Oh, I have 3 pages. I have like this time of night, I have 3 pages in me, and then I'm like, I will read this tomorrow.
When I was starting classes again, getting my master's, I was like, oh fuck, I forgot what it means to have to read at like night when my body's been putting me to bed at 10. But yeah.
Oh yeah. I hear you, man.
Yep. Marcus, what do you got for that second step, sir?
Make sure you drink some water. It is cold as hell out here. Although it was nice today. It was a nice 30 and sunny. And so it was melting some of that snow that came down. But you still want to make sure you drink some water. Some of the best, most refreshing moments of water in my life is when you haven't had it in a while. So you need to make sure you drink it. Crack it open. Treat yourself to something nice. Make sure your piss ain't knocking you out because it smells like ammonia. Drink yourself a bubbler and call it a good day. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Also, Bubbler sent me my bubbler on my birthday. I thought that was wild as hell.
Wow.
I had a package of Bubbler. Yeah, that was just at my front door. So shout out to Bubbler, man.
Shout out to Bubbler. Hey, the other big thing to keep in mind is, look, we're entering the holiday season. Y'all about to see friends and family and loved ones around. If you celebrate Hanukkah, that may be tonight. Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah,
Jewish friends. Happy Kwanzaa and Christmas to others who celebrate other holidays. But you're going to be around people that you care about, whether that be friends, family, whatever. Don't bring stink into the joint. Like, just wash your ass. It's important. Like, just clean yourselves up, you filthy animals, and get yourselves ready to enjoy a fun evening of frivolity and just enjoying each other's company. So that's what I got. So wash your ass. That does it for this week's episode of Films in Black and White. We'll be back next week with another outstanding episode. But in the meantime and the between time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Catch y'all next week.
mm, 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 mm.